Hey everyone, it is me, Lolly Page, and this is Taurus Does Tarot. Off to an interesting start for Sagittarius. We are rocking Sagittarius. Oh, I am excited about this reading. Y'all are in a good place right now, Saggies, all of you. Ooh. Wow. Okay. Wow! Seems like some priorities might be shifting for you, Sagittarius. I have a lot of Sagittariuses in my life that are very good to me. So I am super excited to see that y'all are having not only a good month, but gonna have a good year, you know? And I think everyone deserves a good year, but Sagittariuses deserve a good year and some extra sleep and some extra love. This is amazing. This is really awesome and interesting. It might be a rocky start. It might be a rocky road. Let's see what we got down there. Pardon my ass. Y'all got me bending over picking up cards. Okay. Sag. Interesting setup here. Very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay. Wow. Okay, maybe I spoke too soon. Kinda kidding, kinda not. No, I think you're gonna pull through this. This is just for the month of January. You can still have a good year and not have the best month. But we're gonna find out what this really means. Okay? Don't worry about it. This is just super, super interesting. Okay. What I am gonna clarify for y'all right now is if you're in a relationship or if you're single, this reading is going to be different for each of those scenarios. But there are going to be some similarities. You just have to sort of figure out how it applies to you, because I'm seeing a lot of stagnation, but I'm also seeing a lot of emotions starting to come up. So it might be freaking some of you out. I think maybe what it is that, you know, some of you are getting a little freaked out here, and no one blames you for that. It can be really scary. So the thing that I do the same in all my readings is the first 3 and the last 5. The first 3 are like your core being cards, and the last 5, give or take, is your future cards. And then everything in between is usually a little bit different. The cards that are face up is sort of what's on the surface and what you're dealing with. The cards that are face down are what's underneath the surface that you're not dealing with. And then at the end I have a little stack of cards for a meditation. Sagittarius. So at the core of your being right now, you have the Fool, which is amazing. You're on a journey, and you're on a journey of the self. And you have an Ace of Discs, which is great. You're very stable financially and materialistically. Don't know if that's a real word, but I said it, so it is now. And you also have the Magus. And so you're sort of living based on your own accord. You don't have anything to worry about. You're very worry-free right now, very careless in a way that you have allowed yourself to become careless. It's not something that you've abandoned all responsibilities and decided, I don't care anymore. It's careless as in everything is taken care of and now I have no worries. So it's a very beautiful, beautiful energy coming from your core. But there's a few bumps along this road and a lot of stagnation, I fear, for you. So I think it's good to be reminded that you are on a journey and that you do kind of satisfy your own needs, and it's okay to sort of let go and flow a little bit. However, I think there's just this weird turning point for you, Sagittarius, where we have abundance and lust next to each other in reverse. So it's almost like you're letting go of this obsession with money or materials or even physical attractiveness. It's like you're letting go of a lot of these more not necessarily negative things, but just things that have weighed you down for way too long. And followed by that, we have the Prince of Wands, which is emotional immaturity. However, when it's paired with these reverse cards, I feel like you're finally willing to step up and start to learn about your emotions, which is going to be a beautiful journey in itself. And I think that's probably where the Fool is coming from. But after that, you've got 3 fives in a row. And the thing about fives is they're not good, but they're not bad. It's just stagnation. It's right in the middle. You have the Five of Wands, the Five of Swords, and the Five of Discs. Boom, boom, boom. Strife, defeat, and worry. All in a row. You know, you're like trying so hard, and yet the minute you give up, you sort of plateau. Well, for some people, emotions can be boring. Feelings can be sort of a turnoff. And I think for Sagittarius, feelings have been such a turnoff for so long that you don't even know really what to do with yourself during this period of transitioning. I feel like everyone else is sort of coming into their emotions as well, and you want to keep up with the Joneses, and you just don't really know how right now. But that's going to be okay. Ooh, so maybe this is all coming from a financial loss is what you're not paying attention to. And, ooh, max emotions, 10 of Wands. So what we're not looking at right now, Sagittarius, is the fact that you had to go through some great loss and some really intense emotions for you to sit back and realize that you want to start from ground zero. You want to start from number one and keep going. Because when you're at a 7 and a 10 over here, maximum anxiety, total failure, like not good. And that is what inspired you to start this journey over. So if you're ever thinking like, man, I don't want to do this shit, you need to remember where you were at one point so that you are motivated to keep going, because Sagittariuses are the best self-motivators that I know. That's for damn sure. Whew, yeah, you took a loss pretty hard, but I think that it already happened, but I think it weighs on you more than you think it does. Okay, so this Nine of Swords is like you've been cut pretty deep, Sagittarius. Very deep wounds there. That's why it's really hard to be emotional for you, most likely. But you also have this Four of Discs, which is power. So you know how to handle a loss because, hey, maybe the Seven of Discs is failure, but if the Four of Discs is power, Sagittarius, you just decided, hey, I'm more in control now and I can handle this better. You already know. The Priestess, you already know this shit. But I think it's time that you just allowed yourself to be a little bit emotional. Are you doing this for somebody, I wonder? Underneath the Five of Swords and the Five of Discs, we have the Queen of Discs on its side. You have to decide whether you start sinking into that hole of loss or if you're going to rise up and sit back on your throne. And that's totally up to you. It's, you know, nobody can control what you do. Nobody can tell you what to do. Oh, especially with a Sagittarius. I can't even get y'all to go to bed. Hey, it's late. Don't you have to get up in the morning? Yeah. Why don't you get some sleep? I'm okay. I took a nap 3 days ago. Okay, Sagittarius. Alright, so you just have to decide if you're going to climb up or if you're going to hide. Whew! Sagittarius. 10 of Swords. Okay, so if these are your future cards, imagine you decide to stay in this hole, right? Instead of realizing that you need some help or you need therapy or you need someone there for you for once, okay? Imagine you self-destruct. You can get used to that feeling too. You can get used to being miserable. I mean, you're good at blending with your environment, but you will be missing yourself a whole lot. Reverse Princess of Cups. Your perspective totally changes and not for the better. But something will eventually come along, Eight of Swords, and you will have peace again. But I just think you are going through something and you can allow it to totally destroy you and you can come back from that, or you can realize something is totally destroying you and just face it head on. You know, instead of trying to pretend like everything is okay, just admit when it isn't and get the help that you need. This is mostly emotional support, I do feel. I don't think there might be a little bit of a financial dip, but it's not too serious. This is more emotions and just not being able to face your challenges and stuff like that. Which the phase will end, but I think it's going to be a whole lot better if you choose when it ends instead of allowing it to progress until it can't progress anymore. So don't let it be down the road. Let it be today. Okay, Sagittarius? And for our meditation cards, we have prudence, virtue, dominion, and strength. So, what do I get out of this? 8, 3, 2, 9. Disc and 3 fire cards. That's good. I mean, that's good. That's your power. You got a lot of swords, which is not good. You might be dealing with an air sign, but it might just be that you have a lot of challenges coming up. However, we have some good fire, virtue, and strength. All right. So, let's say your meditation is, when I stay true to myself, I change for no one else. It's nice. I like that one a lot. That's your meditation for the month, okay? That got deep. That was a long run. Let's pull a demon card. This is going to be like your work environment, career stuff. Oh, there we go. Who'd you get? You got Moloch. Somebody else got Moloch this month, too. Moloch. It's like a cow. It's pretty cool. Let's see what Moloch has to say about Sagittarius's work life. A couple of centuries after Moloch's descent from power and feared god to relatively obscure demon, a tyrant of ancient Greece named Phalaris commissioned an instrument for executing criminals. The device, which would come to be called the Brazen Bull, was a bronze container built in the shape of a bull, into which criminals would be placed and fire set underneath. There is no evidence that Phalaris was aware of the ancient statue of Moloch, but the similarities between the terrible devices are clear. Moloch eventually lost his position of power of powerful god and was demoted to a demon, and Phalaris was eventually executed using his own brazen bull. Perhaps both would have benefited from a reign less marked by sacrifice and torture. Divination. Beware of stern punishments and unyielding strictness. Alright, well, don't get too caught up in the workflow. I think that's going to be the takeaway for that. Don't get too caught up in, even self-punishment or holding yourself to a standard that you can't meet, or, whatever it may be. Just be wary of being too hard on yourself. And if someone else is being hard on you, don't take it too personally, because at the end of the day, a job's a job, work is work. So just try not to take things too personally this month. All right, let's get a number card for Sagittarius. They're jumping. We got to get the right lucky number here for you. Somebody's calling. Let's find out. Okay. So, I've got for you a king, an 8, and a 3. So we have the king and the 3 are going to be water signs. So lean on your water signs in your life right now. Kind of like maybe take a bath too. Just get really in tune with the water. And then we have the 8 of bears, which is earth. So lean on your earth signs. Hello, if I know you and you're a Sagittarius, I'm here for you. But yeah, so look out for lucky numbers 3, 8, and 13. And if there is a man in your life, give him a little extra loving, especially if he's a water sign man. So that's gonna be it. Look out for the 8, 3, 13. Remember not to take any criticism too harshly. And love yourself, Sagittarius. You're amazing. All right, I'll catch you next time. Have a good month.